available on
Instagram. Hello, hello, hello.
We're back on YouTube. If you have any taste, you might have seen us on this couch before. Apartment of Style's on hiatus.
Apartment of Style is canceled, actually.
It's on extended hiatus.
It was canceled by the network. The ratings were bad. And we're hoping that you might want us to talk about what we're going to talk about, which is Sex and the City.
We're going to go through all the episodes of Sex and the City from the beginning to the end in deep detail.
Anyway, let's get started. Since we're starting with the first season and first episode, we have to talk about the intro for the show. The infamous intro with the tutu, Carrie gets splashed by the bus, all of that shebang.
The intro is the only consistent part of the whole first episode.
The Sex and the City intro might be one of the most iconic intros of all time for HBO.
HBO does the best intros.
That intro, surprisingly, almost didn't happen with the tutu.
It was between the tutu or the Marc Jacobs dress.
The gray Marc Jacobs dress, maybe the network or some people thought, you know what, this is a classier way to do it. Pat Field found out tutu at a sample sale on the floor or something, was like in the $5 bins. It has no designer, or if it has a designer, we don't know who it is. But that whole look is iconic, Carrie Bradshaw.
And compared to the Marc Jacobs dress, it hits different.
And that Marc Jacobs dress actually looks a lot like another Marc Jacobs dress that she wears later in the season when she's mistaken for... I don't know if it's the same dress, but it's like that dress, that gray...
It's a shift dress.
It's a shift dress. It's a gray minimal dress that was so the 90s, which was when the show premiered in 1998, if you can believe it. And also Carrie in this season is the least thought out character, in my opinion. Everyone else is firmly who they are for the rest of the show, while Carrie's look is a little different. She is the observer. She's not the observed as much.
She's the voyeur.
And her hair is darker and short. You can tell that the intro with the tutu was shot after the pilot because her look is completely different. You do get all those people talking.
Oh yeah, those people talking on the street reminded me of HBO Real Sex. Do you remember the HBO?
Oh, I remember it. I remember sneak looking at that show, trying to learn about stuff.
I sneaked that show sometimes.
We all sneaked that show.
Yeah, they would ask people on the street crazy questions, and that was really what these interviews were giving.
I did read that Sarah Jessica Parker and Michael Patrick King hated the street interview people, and that Sarah Jessica Parker was so not on board with the show, period. She wanted to get out of her contract.
The way they promoted the show too was very raunchy. Do you love... It was very just and then
she's like, I don't want to be.
Oh, that's not what this really is.
Yeah, and she was probably like, I'm a serious actress.
Excuse me, I was in Miami Rhapsody.
Excuse me, I was on Honeymoon in Paris. She was on Broadway. She was Annie.
I played Annie on Broadway.
She was born an actress. We do love her ass, even though we're going to talk a lot of shit on stuff about Carrie and things like that. We love Sarah Jessica Parker.
Okay,
we stand her.
We love Carrie, but Sarah Jessica Parker as a person is a theater kid.
You think we wouldn't get along?
Do you know what a theater kid is?
Nerd.
It's a type of nerd, and she's an extreme one. She has no chill. She's not Carrie.
She's not cool. Yeah. That's our perception of her. But watch her be totally down to party and be fun.
What do you think happened to Ellen Lutter?
Oh, Ellen Lutter was the stylist for the first episode, the pilot.
Pat Field styled the intro, and that's the best part, and that's the consistent thing that we were talking about.
And then Pat Field styled everything after. But Ellen Lutter was the stylist for only the pilot.
Was she silent, or was she silenced?
She styled Shades of Blue, which was a show from 2016 to 2017, and we haven't heard from her since.
What was Shades of Blue on?
Oh my God, it's got J-Lo on it. What?
Oh no.
NBC.
Thank you.
So, God,
J-Lo had a show that sneaked by us, Shades of Blue, and Ellen Lutter was working on that.
It probably went bad for her. Who knows? Maybe she's retired. I'm not trying to talk shit on Ellen Lutter. But the way she styled the pilot is so different from what Pat Field brought to the show itself. She just brought magic, where Ellen Lutter kind of brought whatever was happening at the time, which was 90s minimalism, nondescript outfits from Carrie.
It's almost giving you Carolyn Bessette or something. Very low-key elegance.
Here's my thing about Carolyn Bessette, and I know everyone loves her, and I think she was fabulous and all that, but I think she was just trendy for the time. No offense to anyone. But that was the minimalist
She wasn't doing anything that different.
She wasn't doing anything different from any of the other girls we love.
No.
The only reason we're talking really about Carolyn Bessette is because she was dating that hottie and married him.
And she wore it well.
The pilot episode opens up with what I would like to say a fairy tale.
It's a fairy tale gone wrong.
We meet Elizabeth, who is a British gal who has just moved to New York. Long story short, she meets a man. She thinks he's a perfect man, but turns out he's not the perfect man. He's just like all the other men. And the show opens up with that premise of dating sucks. Dating in New York sucks. dating anywhere sucks, and it's just really hard to find someone who is genuine and real.
She's kind of crazy, though, getting engaged 2 weeks into meeting someone.
This is what we now call love bombing. That's what he did. He love bombed her ass.
And he had the right qualifications. What was his qualification?
$2 million salary.
Or he was well-liked.
Well-liked, popular.
And I think that it's funny that they said that the first episode, because I think that's kind of the litmus test that Carrie was judging all men, and ultimately what, like, big checked those boxes for her.
That he was well-liked.
And $2 million investment banker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's now known as an F-boy.
Back in the day, in 1998, we didn't know what to name him. We didn't know what to call him. We just called him every man, I guess.
I think they called him a scrub. Always talking about what he wants and just...
sits on his own
big ass. So
is it
no.
big ass or own ass? His own ass.
Sits on his big ass, I think.
Oh, big ass. Wow, he's got a big ass.
But like, don't talk about what you want. Go do it.
Right now, we have an F-boy of epic proportions happening. The tabby stealer, the tabby crook man, who I think is actually just a sociopath.
And this is something that would happen to Carrie Bradshaw. And I would love to see it.
I would love to see the storyline. The tabby... I mean, it kind of happened to Carrie Bradshaw. She had her Fendi bag stolen.
Who took her shoes from that party?
It was this man, the tabby stealer. It's the same thing. Life imitates art, man.
Because she made that frickin' pay for her shoes. But
Tatum O'Neal was the one who stole her shoes, 100%. We'll talk about that when we get to that episode.
Let's not get ahead.
But anyway, we're introduced to an F-boy, and he's love bombing this British girl. And then, of course, he uses her, abuses her, and then he leaves her. Well, he doesn't abuse her. He uses her, and then he discards her. Because you know what? He's only a 45-year-old young man. He's not ready to settle down. And then the first time we see Carrie, she's wearing a cheetah top. It's something Samantha would wear. Carrie is not flushed out as a character yet. She is the observer. She's just meant to kind of blend in.
And as an observer, she's such a more gentle narrator in this first episode.
Oh my God, her voice, it's like she's putting on a cutie voice for us. And as she says, it is the age of uninnocence and no one's having affairs to remember. They're having affairs to forget. Guess what? Not much has changed. If anything, it's gotten worse.
Not any easier in the LGBT community.
You're going to get all the hotties coming after you.
The hotties?
Yeah, because all the hotties love Diva.
Please reach out.
Yeah, reach out to my girl.
If you're a hottie.
If you don't think you're a hottie, if you're questioning if you're a hottie.
If your personality's hottie.
We need more than a personality. If you're a straight man and you're watching this, I'm questioning if you're straight. And I'm saying you probably shouldn't drop anything from me here.
If you have the nerve to do it.
Don't.
I will tell you what, she'll do it.
What am I doing?
I don't know what you'll do.
Stuff. We do get to meet Miranda, and she's picking up food from the hot bar, talking shit on men. This is Miranda in her form.
Miranda's like in 1991 though here.
You think so? You don't like her look? She's got her popped collar that she always does.
Mm-hmm. I like her earring.
Yeah.
The hair.
The earrings are fabulous. The hair is Miranda 1998 hair.
I love the earring, I can say that.
It's kind of giving busy mom of 6.
You know what? It gives me has no kids, Vegas casino manager at like MGM Grand or something, and she's like really no nonsense.
Well, that seems like a woman with a mission and a job. We also meet Charlotte, who is working at the gallery, and she looks very cutie pie.
She looks very Charlotte, right?
But the things that are coming out of her mouth are just ridiculous.
As an actress, I would be like, I'm questioning my choice in this character.
She says to us that in order to get a man, as a woman, you just got to keep your mouth shut and play by the rules. What she wants is someone to take care of her. And I guess if you want that, you should just shut your mouth and like keep it moving.
Yeah, because at this stage in her character, she's willing to let go of her career and everything for a man, where she's now a different place.
And she ended up with a man who, in the end, is not the worst.
Mm-hmm. They make such a big deal that he's bald, like it's the worst thing ever.
Who cares? He's like charming and funny and sweetie pie.
But he's bald. The back hair for me is the worst thing, and that can be fixed.
Does he have back hair?
Remember?
Oh my God, at the pool, yeah, he does. That could be waxed. I would tell him laser because he's the perfect candidate. I did that. Not on my back. I didn't have that. I didn't have back hair. I had that. I did my whole leg. I did other stuff too. I don't need to get into it. We also meet Skipper Johnston, who ends up being kind of a reoccurring side character in at least the first season, the first couple seasons.
Yeah, he's actually a friend of Carrie's. Quirky computer guy.
Whoa, he looks so different. He looks like Tom Hanks.
Oh my God, I was going to say he's giving you Tom Hanks in Castaway.
He's 51 years old.
Okay, he's young.
His last known movie or appearance was in 2019. May 14th. He's a Taurus. I love a Taurus.
Very successful.
Does he have a family? money. What's he up to?
Let's bring him back.
Oh my God, he was the original caveman in the Geico caveman advertising commercials.
Well, there's multiple, but
He was the original.
he's one of them.
So there you go. We're giving Skipper's flowers.
I would rebrand myself, though. I wouldn't go by Skipper.
That's the first mistake.
They said women these days just want the perfect guy. They all want Alec Baldwin.
Wow, that hasn't aged well. Maybe Alec Baldwin was a different type of a man in 1998.
He was the man.
Okay, well, I'll give him that.
Put a picture up. Show the people. I love that they're at Lucky Chang's, the drag restaurant.
I know, that's the first time we see the girls doing their lunchtime or dinner time talk.
Yes.
And the conversation's flowing. It's going fast and everyone's putting down
Wait,
men.
whose birthday is it?
I think it's Samantha's.
Did Miranda get a promotion or something?
Something
They're having
happened.
cake or something.
There's a cake, there's a celebration, and we get to meet Samantha Jones, our favorite. We're here to bring justice to Samantha Jones.
How are we going to do that?
Just by propping her up when they bring her down. It's going to happen a lot, David.
Okay, let's take it as it comes.
Oh, and we do get to see Carrie's apartment in this episode, which is completely different from what her apartment ends up looking like.
She's
Thanks
living
God.
in squalor.
She looks like she needs help.
What's
like
going on there?
Hoarders. I'm a big don't eat in bed person. I don't know if our audience feels
She's
the
not.
same.
She doesn't. She eats in bed all the time. We know that. You're
Roach.
already worried about roaches in bed. That's one of your main concerns in life.
Or bugs or anything.
Or a mouse.
Oh, I get scared every time I go into bed. I check. I'm terrified of little things. I'm okay with lizards though. I like lizards.
In your bed.
Only if I brought them into my bed.
They're invited.
We do get introduced to one of my favorite characters, Stanford Blatch, Carrie's gay BFF.
Not one of his best looks, but we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. I mean, it's no one's best looks, I think, in this episode. This episode is strictly setting the scene, but not setting the fashion.
This random guy, Kit, whatever, he had a good
Harrington,
look. Yeah,
he had a
good
cool look, Fight Club look.
Kind of like Zoolander look.
And turns out Kit Harington or Kurt Harrington is the best that Carrie Bradshaw has ever had.
And I was surprised to see Sarah Jessica go there. I forgot about this.
He serviced her and she led him. I feel like after this pilot, Sarah Jessica was like, never again. I'm not doing any sex stuff. I am going to be with my bra on. I'm not even simulating things. I'm
I'll
not
be
pretending.
At a typewriter and I'll be doing my computer.
Yes. For a show that's called Sex in the City, the main character sure has very tame sex compared to everyone else, at least. She runs into freaking Mr. Big. That's how they meet.
They have a meet cute. She spills her condoms.
The street is so busy, someone knocks her bag down and they keep walking.
That's realistic.
Is that realistic, I guess? And keep walking, not help them?
It happens every day.
It happens, I guess. So Big helps her and she's got all her condoms in her bag.
Late 90s, a gal had to have her condoms because you got to stay ready so you don't have to get
ready. It doesn't have to be a 90s thing. If you're going to do it, be safe about it, okay?
I have a bunch. Carrie had them all on like a ribbon.
I did take a lot of condoms last time I was in WeHo. Every time I go to a gay bar, I'm like stocking up, putting it in my little
what?
baguette. For just in case. You got to stay ready if you want to be ready. Right? Even my mom was like, why are you taking those?
That's a
Just leave
waste.
them because they do expire.
Let someone use them.
And I'm like, ugh, well.
Leave them for someone who needs them.
She meets Big and
They have their meet cute.
they have their meet cute. She is just enthralled by this man from the first time she sees him. She checks him out. Cute, no wedding ring.
That's thirsty. I don't think he was scanning for any. He's probably just like boobs.
So the girls go to Club Chaos. There's always a theme club or a dinner place. Some are real, some are fake. I don't know if Club Chaos was a real thing.
That's fake. I love when they have a club. I love this fake
Yeah,
club though.
and-
I love it better though when it's a real club.
It's a club that seems to be not very clubbish. Everyone's just chilling. It's kind of like a lounge that they're
and you
calling
can
a club.
order different stuff, but you don't know what you're going to
It's
get.
chaos, baby. And that seems like a really fun idea for a restaurant idea.
I don't like that idea.
No.
Where you could get cottage cheese instead of your creme brulee.
You know, no, it's chaos.
I don't like that. I want
No,
to get
you're
what
paying for the experience.
I want to get what I want to get.
Carrie at Club Chaos is wearing a Dolce & Gabbana fabulous little dress that's a cheetah print. The Pat Field styling would have some metallic pink thing with it or a cool hat or something. It's just very plain.
Maybe a pin.
She's just like a sexy girl here.
Miranda's standing out for looking. What is she? She wore this to the club?
I mean, it's not a club, I guess. It's kind of a lounge. It's Chaos
club.
Lounge.
They
There's no
say Club
music.
Chaos.
No one's dancing. Everyone's just sitting
Here's
around.
dancing.
And then Carrie runs into Mr. Big again. Samantha tells her that he is the hottest thing since Donald Trump. So that just shows you how hot he is.
They have to embarrass Samantha again.
That she has to come on to Mr. Big and he denied her straight up. He was like, no, thank you.
Maybe some other time, I think he said.
That's so sad.
She always handled rejection with grace, though. She was always just like...
Yeah, I always forget that Samantha Jones tried to hit on Big before Carrie ever did.
I never forget that. Maybe next time.
maybe next time, which is a positive thing because he's not saying no forever.
But that's not the end of Samantha's humiliation.
No, Charlotte is going to the opera or somewhere with Capote Duncan, who is a very eligible bachelor, and he owns paintings and such. She does have a cutie pie dress on. We love that dress on her.
But the show's shot so dark, you can't even see anything.
This first season is very dark, but the back of that dress is stunning. Charlotte has just like the most beautiful back. He gets her up to his apartment. He's schmoozing her. He's trying to get something going. And she's like, no, thank you. I'm going to be a lady. But then he decides to go back to Chaos, the club.
Where?
He finds Samantha Jones, brings her back home, and tells her that this is going to be fun tonight, but you got to leave because he has to get up early in the morning. And she has to be like, okay.
She doesn't have to be. He's just giving a clear boundary, so that's up to her.
I don't know if I would want to sleep over at someone's house that was like, by the way, you got to leave. I want to leave on my terms. I don't want to do anything with someone that's like, hey, you got to leave when this is over.
Okay, you would not last on Grindr.
No.
You would not.
I want to leave. I just don't want to be told that I have to leave.
Just go. Don't worry about it.
Anywho.
Get your shit. What do you got to make pancakes anyways?
No, I don't want any of that. I just want to be like, have some dignity. That's what I want. I want some dignity.
We lost that a long time ago.
That's true. Let's do our rose and thorn of this episode.
Okay, my rose of the episode was the introduction of Stanford. They didn't hold that off. That was crucial to the beginning. And in the book, Stanford played a really important part too. I think my thorn would be just embarrassing Samantha with Mr. Big.
I think my rose is just,
No, wait. Let me change my thorn.
Okay, cool.
My thorn is Miranda not changing outfits before going to Club Chaos, coming straight from work in that suit. Come on.
My rose is that the girls are together. We're going to have all the girls.
That's just in general rose. That's not about this episode.
This episode is the beginning of it. That's my rose. That it's like, this is starting. We're doing it.
What's your thorn?
Mr. Big. Seeing his face, his doofus face. I can't stand this man. I'll be talking so much shit. Get ready. We have to see his dumb car that he is a driver for. Like, it's 1998. Drive yourself or get a cab.
Off in his Buick, like skirt.
And in the end, she goes, do you believe in love? Which is like, why are you asking this rando this? And then he says, abso-fucking-lutely. And that's his whole catchphrase through this whole thing. He is a sleaze. I am glad Peloton took him away from all of us. That's my thorn, the show.
What are we going to call this dang podcast?
Because it needs to be a pun, so we need your help. Glad to be back in this YouTube space that hates us. Not you guys, just YouTube. I think Derek Blasberg has it out for us. Is he around?
He's out of there, so
then someone has it out for us. Maybe now we'll do better when he's out. I think
we've changed our arrangement.
I think he was pressing the button that says blacklisted.
It could be just you were sitting here.
This could work too. So let's see. But I swear to you, if this takes off, it was Derek Blasberg. I will blame him for everything for the rest of my life. And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.